Chris, I've been thinking we've even done mountains, we've done forests, even some crazy rocky trails. But what about the real wild stuff, like the jungle? I mean, imagine all that green, the heat, the sounds at night. It's kind of exciting and terrifying at the same time, right? And then I start wondering, what would we even do out there? There's no clear trail, no cozy campfire spot, just endless trees and who knows what else.
Yeah, the jungle. That's like the ultimate survival test, isn't it? I mean, you're talking about a place where even your socks would give up after 2 hours. It's not like the mountains, where you can just follow a ridge and feel safe. In the jungle, everything wants to eat you, or at least make you itch. But honestly, I'd love it. There's something about the unknown, like pushing yourself where Google Maps says, nope, not going there.
Exactly. And then there's this idea that in the jungle, you're never really alone, because everything's alive. The trees, the insects, the animals, the weird noises at night that make you question every life decision. But it also feels like the most authentic adventure. Like, if you can survive there, you can survive anywhere.
True. And okay, imagine this. You and me trekking through the jungle, backpacks full of snacks, because let's be honest, that's what we'd bring first. Then the rain starts pouring, like someone turned on a shower, and suddenly we're just two soaked explorers trying to look like we know what we're doing. I can already see it. And hey, we'd need skills, real survival skills, not just let's take a selfie on top of a mountain.
So, first things first, Chris, water. Everyone always says we find water or you're done. But in the jungle, there's water everywhere, right? Streams, rivers, rain. Easy, right? Well, not really. Because all I can think about is how every single drop could have some evil bacteria in it, just waiting to ruin your day. So I'd probably walk around with this giant filter straw like it's a golden ticket, and maybe a metal pot because boiling is life. No boiled water? No, thank you.
Hmm, you're absolutely right. It's not just about finding water, it's about making sure it doesn't make you regret existing. I've read those stories. People drinking straight from a stream and then spending 3 days regretting everything. So, yeah, filter straw, tablets, boiling. Basically, every method known to humankind. And you know what else? Collecting rainwater. Just set up a tarp, let nature do the work. Except, imagine the mosquitoes joining the party. Like, thanks for the water. Also, here's malaria.
Oh, don't even start with mosquitoes. Those things are like the mafia of the jungle. You think you're in control, and then bam, they take everything from you: blood, peace, sanity. So, yeah, maybe rainwater in a bottle, tightly closed, with me guarding it like a dragon over treasure. Because hydration is life, but so is staying parasite free.
Now, fire. People underestimate how important it is, right? They think, oh, it's just for cooking marshmallows. No, in the jungle, fire is your best friend. It keeps you warm when you're soaked, it scares off animals. It's basically Netflix for your brain when it's dark and you're panicking. But lighting a fire in the jungle? That's like trying to light a candle in a swimming pool. Everything is wet.
Yes, and this is where I admit I'd probably cry. Because you know me, I love comfort, I love dry socks, and then I imagine sitting there with two sticks like some caveman and nothing happens. So yeah, I'd cheat. Waterproof matches, lighter, maybe even one of those magnesium fire starters, and I'd keep them in like 5 Ziploc bags. If those fail, well, I'm moving into the nearest monkey tribe because clearly they know more than me.
Exactly, but honestly, having a fire is like having hope. Even if it's small, even if it's just a little flame, it changes everything. Suddenly, you're not just lost in the jungle, you're lost in the jungle with style. But yeah, if you don't plan for the wet, you're done. And trust me, I'd bring cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. Why? Because they're like fire magic. You light them and boom, you feel like a survival genius.
That's a pro tip right there. I can see it. Me, the queen of jungle fashion, with my little cotton balls on fire. Survival, but make it chic. Okay, so after water and fire, we need shelter. And here's the thing, everyone says just build a lean to. But have you ever tried to build one when you're tired, hungry, and mosquitoes are holding a rave around your face? It's a disaster. Still, you need it. Rain, bugs, snakes, all trying to join your personal space. So I'd probably aim for something simple: tarp, rope, trees.
I'm with you. Tarp is king. People who try to go full Tarzan and build with leaves and branches. Good luck, buddy. See you in 3 hours when you're crying under your half roof. A tarp saves lives. And pick a good spot. Not at the bottom of a hill because, surprise, it's now a river. Not under a tree full of ants because, yeah, ants in your sleeping bag? No thanks.
Ants, snakes, spiders. Basically, the jungle is like, welcome, please suffer. So, yeah, shelter is like your safe little bubble where you can pretend the world is not out to get you. And honestly, I'd probably decorate mine just a little. Maybe a leaf or two, because if you're stuck in the jungle, you might as well make it Instagram worthy, right?
That's very nice. Okay, now let's talk about help. Because let's be real, if you're in the jungle, you probably want to get out at some point. So, signals, whistles, mirrors, smoke. You gotta make noise, you gotta make light. I'd have one of those bright orange tarps because nothing says rescue me like looking like a traffic cone in the middle of the Amazon.
Hmm, I love that. Traffic cone chic. But yeah, whistles are genius because your voice will give up after 2 hours of screaming for help. And mirrors? That's such an old school but effective trick. Flash some sunlight, hope someone notices, and if not, well, then you're stuck with me, Chris. Forever. Congratulations.
Honestly, could be worse. At least you'd have someone to complain with while we eat mystery berries and argue about whose turn it is to keep the fire alive.
Okay, real talk. What would scare you the most out there? For me? Snakes? 100%. I don't care if it's tiny or huge. If it slithers, I'm out. And then the idea of getting lost at night. With all those sounds, like 1 second you're fine, the next you hear a twig snap, and suddenly you're starring in a horror movie.
Snakes, sure, but for me, getting sick. Like, what if you cut yourself and it gets infected? Or you drink bad water and suddenly it's game over? That and jaguars. Because apparently they hunt in silence. You don't hear them, you just feel them. And then it's over. So yeah, let's not meet one.
Great. So now I'm adding Silent Jaguar to my nightmare list. Thanks, Chris. Well, that was a ride. I feel like we just planned a survival trip without actually moving an inch, which honestly is my favorite kind of trip. Zero blisters, maximum imagination. But seriously, the jungle is no joke. Respect it, prepare for it, and maybe, just maybe, bring someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, or at least someone fun to complain with, right? Look, at the end of the day, it's about being smart. Water, fire, shelter, signaling. That's your holy list. And keep your fears in check because fear makes you stupid. So yeah, if you ever go, good luck, my friend. And maybe don't watch too many survival horror movies before.
Agreed. And remember, if you see a jaguar, just don't.
Perfect advice. See you next time, folks.